Welcome! Today we're making a classic pecan pie from scratch. This delicious dessert features a buttery, flaky crust and a rich, sweet pecan filling. We'll guide you through each step to ensure your pie turns out perfectly. Let's get started and make a delightful homemade pecan pie. Let's go over the ingredients for our pecan pie. For the crust, we'll need 1¼ cups of all-purpose flour and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. These will form the base of our dough. We'll add 1/2 cup of unsalted butter, cut into small cubes. Make sure it's cold to create a flaky crust. Finally, we'll need 2 to 4 tablespoons of ice water to bring the dough together. For the filling, we'll use 1 cup of light corn syrup, which gives the pie its signature sweetness and gooey texture. Add 1 cup of packed light brown sugar for a rich caramel-like flavor, and 1/4 cup of melted unsalted butter for smoothness. We'll need 3 large eggs to help bind everything together and give the pie structure. Add 1 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract for a touch of warmth, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt to balance the sweetness. Finally, 1½ cups of pecan halves will provide the classic nutty crunch. Let's get started. Alright, let's make the crust for our pecan pie. First, combine the dry ingredients. In a large bowl, mix 1¼ cups of all-purpose flour and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Then add the cold cubed butter. This is 1/2 cup of unsalted butter, cut into small pieces. Using a pastry cutter or your fingers, work the butter into the flour until the mixture resembles coarse crumbs. Next, drizzle in the ice water, 1 tablespoon at a time. You'll need between 2 to 4 tablespoons. Mix with a fork after each addition until the dough begins to come together. It should be moist but not wet. Once the dough holds together, gather it into a ball. Flatten it into a disc, wrap it in plastic wrap, and refrigerate for at least 30 minutes. This will help the dough firm up and make it easier to roll out later. Let's prepare the filling for our pecan pie. First, preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, which is about 175 degrees Celsius. This will ensure it's ready when we need it. Now, let's mix the filling ingredients. In a large bowl, combine 1 cup of light corn syrup, 1 cup of packed light brown sugar, and 1/4 cup of melted unsalted butter. Next, add 3 large eggs, 1 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Whisk everything together until it's well combined. The mixture should be smooth and uniform, with all the ingredients fully incorporated. Let's assemble our pecan pie. First, roll out the chilled dough. On a lightly floured surface, use a rolling pin to roll the dough out into a circle that fits a 9-inch pie dish. Carefully transfer the rolled-out dough to the pie dish, pressing it into the bottom and up the sides. Trim any excess dough hanging over the edges for a neat finish. Next, add the pecans. Arrange 1½ cups of pecan halves evenly in the bottom of the pie crust. This will ensure every slice gets a good amount of pecans. Now pour the filling. Slowly pour the filling mixture over the pecans. As you pour, you'll notice the pecans will float to the top. This is exactly what we want. It's time to bake our pecan pie. Place the assembled pie in the preheated oven. Bake it for 50 to 60 minutes. You'll know it's done when the filling is set and slightly puffed, but the center should still have a slight jiggle. This jiggle means the filling will be perfectly gooey once cooled. When the pie is done, remove it from the oven and place it on a wire rack to cool completely. Allowing the pie to cool fully is crucial as it lets the filling set properly, ensuring each slice holds its shape. Once cooled, your pecan pie is ready to serve. And lastly, here are some tips for making the perfect pecan pie. First, make sure the butter for the crust is very cold. This helps create a flaky texture. When making the crust, handle the dough as little as possible to keep it tender. If the crust starts to brown too much during baking, cover the edges with aluminum foil or a pie shield to prevent overbrowning. To check for doneness, The pie is ready when the filling is set but still has a slight jiggle. It will continue to set as it cools. Pecan pie can be served at room temperature or slightly warmed. For an extra treat, top it with a dollop of whipped cream or a scoop of vanilla ice cream. Enjoy your homemade pecan pie.